Hello, everyone. This is Summer from Mintegral. I'm in charge of European clients user acquisition demand mainly. And I appreciate your interest in our topic. And please don't be disappointed because we changed the title, well, I think just a few days ago. So to give you a brief idea about how, please, oh, sorry. To give you an idea about my presentation structure, the first part will talk about the overview of Chinese market, and the second part is about the Chinese performance-based marketing ecosystem. And thirdly, I'll introduce about Mintegral and our services and how we could help you acquire users at scale in China. And after that, I'll leave some time for your questions. The first part is the overview of Chinese gaming market. According to our official reports, it's known that we have reached 788 million mobile users in 2018, and it's keep growing at a stable scale, at a stable speed now. And the users split between iOS and Android is 18% versus 87%. However, it is noticed that the iOS user outspend the Android users in the average in-app purchases. Next is about the total mobile game player. It has reached 554 million in 2017, and it's not surprised that to see the mobile game revenue has summed up to 1.16 trillion. By analyzing it, we predict that Chinese online gaming market will continue to grow at a stable scale in the next 3 to 5 years. And here you can see the different types of Chinese online mobile games in 2017, with the role-play gaming and card games leading the way. And also shown in the slide, Tencent and NetEase Games, these two gaming companies accomplished over 50% of the market share, not only by its own product, but also by its publishing power. And when it comes to Western games come to China, there are mainly 3 phenomena. The first one is about mergers, acquisitions, and investments. Tencent should be a typical example. It acquired Supercell in 2016, and its social platform have been offering many new opportunities for Supercell. In particular in the social gameplay, it's estimated to reach like 1 billion users by its social platforms. Secondly, and more typically, we would suggest you to choose a right partner to help you manage all the related stuff. They have deep understanding about the ecosystem and more skilled in dealing with the related things like localization, publishing, monetization, and also user acquisition. Sorry. Well, not everything can be well planned or predictable in the future. So there is an interesting example in 2017. An idle pet game named Travel Frog. I'm not sure whether you guys know this Japanese game or not. It has been very popular among Chinese young people in a certain time. Firstly, it was discussed on the social media platforms, and due to its easy gameplay and lovely characters, it attracted a large group of female users quickly and soon became an unique and visible phenomenon. And it's even in its original version, it doesn't have like Chinese version in China, but still get very, very popular. Well, next we'll go over the different demands of China. As we all know, Google, Facebook, and Twitter are banned in China. Paved to a path for domestic internet companies. And meanwhile, if you are not that familiar with this market, there may be some barriers. The first one is the audience. Chinese consumers are becoming more and more diverse and different from Google and app stores battle in some other regions. China has countless platforms and app stores. Last but not least, for Western gaming companies, you are required to have a lot of certifications if you want to launch your game officially in China. And under this circumstance, the giant players are mainly from these 5 groups. The largest one is Tencent. Besides its WeChat and QQ, these social apps, its product has penetrated in every aspect of our daily life. It includes browser, news, music, and video, etc. ByteDance, I'm not sure whether you guys know this company or not. At this moment, it is a very pioneer company in the development of feed-based. Toutiao is the most famous news app in China currently, and also it's another core product. The second one, named TikTok, is a short video app, has reached 150 million daily active users in this year. And Alibaba Group has the top one mobile browser app with over 1.5 billion downloads. And Baidu is famous for its search engine and largest Chinese community, and also the number 3 mobile browser app. Xinglang, the last one, is the Twitter in China. People use it daily, and nowadays, I think in this year, they have reached over 300 million monthly active users. And talking about the App Store, I think everyone knows that Android is a quite complicated market for us. Basically, there are 2 types of Android store in China. The first one is third-party Android stores, which are dominated by Tencent. Its app store named My Apps, and also 360, Baidu, etc. And the other type is mobile manufacturers, which like Huawei, Xiaomi, Oppo, and Vivo, etc., which are growing more and more popular due to its growing audience. And regarding iOS, you may think about to do the App Store optimization. You may think about use App Store optimization tool. I would suggest it's better to find a partner who is good at this and probably can help you a bit, because the Western App Store optimization tool doesn't include the Chinese App Store. And if you have full certificate as App Store request, it will highly increase the possibility for your games or your applications to be featured. When it comes to the user acquisition partnership, I would suggest you'd better to select the partners depending on your needs. If you like to work with the top media partners in the previous page, that the top 5. You could either work with them directly and separately, or also authorize to an agency to manage, because they have different platforms, they have different operation systems, so it may be a bit difficult for you to do it with your in-house team. And also, if you would like to promote in this market, DSP and networks are necessary when you want to reach other type of traffic. I think you may be a little bit curious about how it works when you're promoting an Android applications. Actually, it depends on what kind of traffic you are using. For example, if an user has both My Apps App Store and Huawei App Store on his phone, and he saw an app which is running with SDK traffic, the user flow will be, the user saw the ad, the user clicked the ad, and the app will be directly downloaded. But if it's web traffic, the user will be asked whether if you would like to download this app via My Apps or Huawei or direct download. It's kind of the phone automatic setting. So for this kind of question, it's related to what kind of traffic you are using to do the user acquisitions. It's well known that rewarded video has been very popular nowadays, but in China, actually it's in a very initial stage because it was native ad format who takes up most of our traffic, because the giant players, like we mentioned before, are monetized mainly by the native ad format, because it achieves higher retention rates in a non-rewarded format, but also ensure a better user experience. However, local gaming companies like Youzu, FunPlus are paying more and more attention to rewarded video because it did show some superiority compared with other kind of traffic. So I think it should be a good timing for Western companies to promote here, as you have more comprehensive knowledge about the mobile traffic. And in this part, I will introduce more about Mintegral, about who we are and how we can help you. Mintegral is a programmatic app advertising platform. We have reached 1 billion daily impressions globally, and our SDK has integrated with over 600 developers, around 4,500 apps nowadays. And in China market, we have a daily impressions around 30 millions. Our goal is to be the top choice ad partners for global developers who want to break into this complicated but enormous market. I assume some of you have already working with some Western networks in user acquisition campaigns. But I would like to say there are some other kind of traffic besides gaming traffic are very popular in China. As shown in the slide, we have our local relationship with some domestic app developers, and we integrate our SDK with them. Their category include like sports, photography, tools, news, entertainment, and lifestyle, etc. This kind of app also have large amount of audience. So also from our previous promotion experience with local advertisers, we found that this kind of traffic also bring quite ideal results. So we suggest it could be a good supplement for your current traffic pool. Next, I'll talk about our advertiser self-serve platform. It automatically connects to our high quality traffic. And if you would like to create a sub-account to manage, it's also doable for us. And it do support different targeting features like time frame, demographic, location, and media. Besides, I understand some of you may concern or worried about what kind of traffic you are using when you're promoting. So we provide full transparency at this point. You could get to know what kind of publishers and what kind of publishers you are using for your campaigns on our dashboard. Meanwhile, we also compare the performance data presented by the different creative materials. Usually, we require advertisers to have a certain time as test period. And after this test period, we could set different buys for different bunches of publishers according to their initial results in test period. We have our in-house creative lab named MyWorks, and they are good at making some interactive ad. Can they have sound? Please.
Is there some sound?
Yes.
Thank you.
These are some examples made by them. Well, that concludes my presentation, and you're welcome to ask any questions now. Thank you.
I think if there are any questions, our colleague here has a mic, so do please shout for that. Do we have any questions for Summer about Mintegral or the Chinese market? Nope. No one at all. I was interested that the size of the market was huge. So the 554 million mobile gamers.
Yes.
So more mobile gamers in China than there are people in America. Is that growing all the time? What's the rate of growth of that? Has it been that big for a while, or is that a?
Well, actually, the growth rate is quite stable these years, because I think even in the not developing city, more and more people have their own cell phone. So, to be honest, the Chinese companies are more look for new opportunities in Southeast Asia. But within these markets, there are still a huge room for us to grow, especially for different kinds of games. Yeah.
And I have one more question as well. I understand you mentioned the Android publishing and the various network providers and so on. At the moment, it's quite difficult to get a game published in China, isn't it?
Yes.
What's the kind of projected outcome of that situation? Is that going to change anytime soon?
Well, I think in this year it's extremely difficult, because our government want to have some. Probably they will have some new policy about the mobile ad content, because we have some cases in this year that shows some bad situations. So we won't release any new certification until next year. I think it's March next year. So yeah, at least for domestic companies, not sure about whether it will have any for overseas companies, but yes, the policy is more strict than before.
Right, interesting. Well, look, thank you very much. Thanks, everyone. Thank you to Summer for the talk about the ever-changing Chinese gaming market.